Ik vind dat belachelijk dat we in een land gaan spelen hoe zegt de FIFA dat? Om het voetbal daar te laten ontwikkelen en beter te laten ontwikkelen. En dat doe je door een toernooi te organiseren in dat land. Nou, dat is al boel.
Louis van Gaal, former Manchester United manager and current head man of the Netherlands international team, is telling it like it is.
Tens of thousands of workers are living in squalid, slave-like conditions. Dozens being worked to death every month.
So-called labour camps. So these are kind of dormitory style accommodation where workers might be sharing a room with 6 to 8 other workers.
You see the bed, people sleeping, a lot of people here.
So how many? It's 1, 2, 3,
1, 2,
4,
3,
5.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
Corruption is inseparable from the 2010 decision to award Qatar the World Cup. 11 of the 22 FIFA Executive Committee members who voted on this have since been fined, suspended, banned for life or prosecuted for corruption.
Dat doet er niet toe. Het gaat om geld, om commerciële belangen. En dat doet ertoe bij de FIFA.
Not many have spoken out. For Van Gaal, it appears to mean little.
Ibrahim, not his real name, and his friends are construction workers, toiling for 10 hours a day, 6, sometimes 7 days a week on building sites in factories or in the fierce heat on the side of the road.
More than 6,500 migrant workers have died in Qatar since 2010. All of them from India, Nepal, Pakistan, Sri Lanka, and Bangladesh. The common causes of death are blunt injuries from falling and a special category called natural causes, a smoke screen. These so-called natural deaths are attributed to heart and respiratory failure, but they are seldom backed by an autopsy.
Waarom denk je dat ik niet in een commissie zit in de FIFA met mijn, hoe heet zoiets? Nou, met mijn expertise.
Know-how, wilde ik zeggen.
UEFA.
Ja, omdat je het...
Ja, precies. Omdat ik mij altijd afgezet heb tegen dit soort organisaties. Het klopt niet.
No, it's absolutely not okay, but the powers that be continue saying all is good. It's a lie. Joining Van Gaal in speaking out against Qatar's alleged slave-like conditions for its migrant workers were Norway's team who donned these shirts. Ditto for the German national team. The Dutch manager said he is part of a commission within the Dutch FA, which meets every month to evaluate the ongoing situation in Qatar with regards to human rights. The KNVB has been among the few football associations to criticize human rights and working conditions in Qatar.
When it comes to the situation in Qatar, in particular, I think we need to be fair there as well and admit that a lot of progress has happened.
Gianni Infantino, the man who took over FIFA for Sepp Blatter, claims there is progress while he simultaneously lives in the host country, which happens to be one of the richest in the world. Praising and defending these human rights violations, he has called the reporting on this subject false, which is, in essence, allowing it to continue. France 24 English called it a rare outburst from Hassan Al-Tawadi, the chief executive of the World Cup Supreme Committee for Delivery and Legacy. He said the following, firing back at Van Gaal. For a person who has had many years as a coach and who understands the power of football, it is ridiculous that he could actually make such a bland statement, Tawadi said. I am sure that he hasn't spent a lot of time understanding what football means, not only to Qatar, but to the Arab world, which is just BS. Let's be honest.
The list of grievances, human rights abuses, and the breaking of Qatari law seem endless. So if you were given this contract in Kenya, 700, would you come here? No.
What's occurring in Qatar is indefensible, and they know it. They have deceived the workers, supplying them, as Amnesty International outlined, appalling living conditions. As we even displayed previously in this piece, the lies on what salary these workers will receive, payments not being made on time or even at all, and essentially the workers being held hostage because their passports were confiscated by their sponsors. Amnesty's troublesome supporting went on, and so did FIFA's acceptance of these horrible conditions. If workers complain about their conditions or seek help, they are often intimidated and threatened by their employers, as one migrant worker on Khalifa Stadium told them. I went to the company office telling the manager I wanted to go home, back to my country, because always my pay is late. The manager screamed at me saying, keep working or you will never leave.
We secretly recorded one health worker. We cannot show the footage and have changed his voice for his protection.
We've heard there's a lot of people dying from heart attacks.
From labors, you mean?
Yeah.
Of course.
And why is that?
Too much work.
Are they being worked to death?
Yes. Also, we have human traffic here. So, too much problem, man, for this, you know, in the world. Who's poor like this? No one cares.
Amnesty International also found that forced labor is paramount, writing, workers who refuse to work because of their conditions are threatened with having their pay deducted or handed over to the police for deportation without receiving the pay they are owed. France 24 English added, Qatar has also faced questions about its record on the treatment of migrant workers and gay rights. Homosexuality is banned in Qatar, and England coach Gareth Southgate said this week it would be horrible if gay fans did not go to the event because they felt threatened. England captain Harry Kane gave a wish-washy answer as he is set to participate. The Business and Human Rights Center published their most recent findings. More than 24,000 workers have suffered horrendous human rights abuses in the host country of Qatar, an inhumane toll taken on those who have built the World Cup's infrastructure. The always clever and intuitive Barney Ronay of The Guardian put it like this: historians charting the events of our anxiety-ridden age will be able to use these twin World Cups, Russia, Qatar, as a neat, practical example of the way oil and gas have driven power, conflict, and wealth around the world, the way sport has been not only a metaphor for this, but an active and willing part of the process. Oil built the past 2 World Cups. Oil just won the Champions League. Oil has a lease on the Premier League title. They should probably just go ahead and fill the World Cup ball with natural gas, stick the winning team up on podium with an oversized camping cylinder they can light up like a Bunsen burner. Until we kick this addiction, until gas and oil can be dialed back or replaced, we are all bound up in the process, from uneasy consumers to the strange double life of our politicians pawing about for a deal, a handshake, a tanker route. Qatar wants to be known. Qatar doesn't want to be part of the mainstream. Qatar doesn't want its neighbors marching over the border while the world tries to find it on the map. That goal has been attained, and gloriously so. From here on in, Qatar no longer has to make nice. The rest of us, well, we're free to watch.